So I am under something right now. So I'm going to sound really weird, more weird than usual. And I'm going to cough quite a bit. I'm going to try to refrain, but I'm going to cough quite a bit. This video is about, as you see, Matt Walsh's post. He posts this pretty much everywhere, but I'm on Facebook right now. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's like 4 paragraphs. You can pause it and read it. So I got the 3 paragraphs up right here. And then I'm going to scroll down to get the rest of them on there. And that's the whole post. So pause each section to read it. But over an overview, so we can move on to the video, is essentially he's just responding to Megan Kelly after she done made about excuse me 35,000 smart remarks towards him and other other conservative people, and essentially what Megan Kelly man, I told you. But essentially, what Megan Kelly kept saying for the longest of time is men, Christian conservative men, whatever you want to say, should not be pretty much should not be criticizing, pushing, or anything at all about what women should or shouldn't be doing in society and with their families, etc. And Matt Walsh finally responded and said, essentially that, listen, men have desires as well. It isn't just you guys standing there, and it's something these are my words on what he's saying, because I feel like I've been saying this for a while. But basically, it isn't just you, it isn't just the women, the females, all that, just standing there making demands, and that's how it works. No, like both sides have to compromise and kind of come to some sort of the best balance that they can find with each individual group. Now, I want to just go right to the comment section because, man, I can't really think clearly. My bad, I'm sorry, but I can't think clearly. So I'm gonna go ahead and just respond to a lot of these comments because my head is fucked up right now. Again, under this for like, I don't know, 3 days now. Anywho, this guy says, I almost always agree with you. Even here, I am with you 90% of the way. Where I disagree is when you say, men, what men want. Because men have absolutely contributed to this problem, because not all, men want more stuff, money, so they choose a second income from their spouse. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say that that's wrong. I'm going to say that that's heavily misplaced. I said it because, one show I always reference because it's about the only dating show I watch, Kendra G. Like the guys who say that they want a woman to match them or has make what I make this. You can tell that it's essentially a response to what women say they want. You can tell. Like, for example, one guy was in the comment section of this one, not Kendra's video, but he responded to it. Somebody saying, he was like, shit, I don't want no broke woman. She gotta come with blah 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 blah. And I always cringe when I hear that, because one thing that men will always put as the number one, even when you don't, you put it as number one, is prettiness. And I say this because, let's say a guy's like, no, I want an educated woman, you know what I'm saying? You think he wants any educated woman? Or he wants the prettiest educated woman? If he say he wants a woman who's an athlete, you think he want Brittany Griner? Or he want that pretty chick that hoop? Prettiness will always be number one. And when guys say they don't want a woman that's broke, it's very different in a context in which women say they don't want a man that's broke. When guys say he doesn't want a woman that's broke, he simply means somebody who's, essentially a drain. That's it. Like, she's not trying to be a wife, a mother, nothing like that. She just kind of wants to, be around you and you pay for shit. That's essentially what it means. Nah, I ain't got no job, but you my man, so you buy shit. I got a job, but you my man, so you buy shit. And if you don't buy shit, then they're like, what am I here for? Like, that's essentially what we mean. But when a woman say she doesn't want a broke guy, she can literally just mean a guy who doesn't make what she makes, no matter what she makes. That's a big difference. So we don't aid in this because we started this. We aid in this because literally we're going based off what you all say you want. What so many of you say you want, excuse me. Remember, and it's another thing that we constantly have to fight both sides. Literally. We have to fight them at Walshers that say, look, y'all might say provide, provide, provide. But you literally have chicks that like Megan Kelly that say, nah, I'm working forever. I like my job. I like my career. Okay. But even to those Megan Kellys, it's like, so fine, we both work, just have a joint bank account, right? Oh no, you're the man. Why would you want my money? Like it's the dumbest shit ever, but we gotta fight both sides. This lady right here is speaking exactly to what I was just talking about. She says, the traditional world where woman stays home and the man earns the income takes all the power away from the woman. It's a great concept, but the reality is the one with the money is the one with the power. I raise my daughters to be financially independent. If they marry, there is her money, his money, and their money. To marry someone because you want them in your life, not because they need them, it's definitely a struggle when there are kids. A woman should be sure to find a way to put money aside in case they need to leave. I am not a cynic, but a realist. No, you're a cynic. Here's the problem with this way of thinking. You're not actually trying to solve the problem. You're just trying to say, yeah, the problem is inevitable, and I will. I have my bazooka and my castaway boat. But no. First of all, people like this pretend like they aren't choosing their partners today. Like literally, it's a gunshot wedding, which you must marry this guy because. No, you're choosing him. What happened to that woman's intuition? You can't. That spider sense never goes off when he's an abuser, ever. Like you don't trust it when in this specific situation for some reason. But anyway, you literally can just have one bank account. This is not the day and age where you have to go and get the physical check and take it to the physical bank and cash it to get physical money. And even then, ladies, I don't know if you heard the stories, but the wives, if you were married, could go to their husband's job and pick up the check. they could. So I know they like to conveniently leave that part of the story out, but they could. I mean, that part of the story doesn't, give you enough victim status. I guess is why they left it out, but you could. So it wasn't literally by default, man make money, you bitch, you stay home, have my sandwich and suck my dick when I get off. Like that was not a default setting that people like to put out there. Like, please stop. I don't disagree with you. I would just add that most women want strong men who are kind, good providers who are financially stable enough that she doesn't have to work outside of the home. It's not just women who have been let down by feminists, but men too. I know a lot of men who think their wives should work outside the home and still do everything a stay-at-home wife does. It's unrealistic and unfair. I would say feminism did more harm to women than it helped. Okay, I understand she's trying to give kudos to men and all that, but excuse me. Why what do people just not believe in having these checkpoints before they get married? Like how do you end up in a marriage where the person is saying, hey, you got to go to work, and you're just baffled, like, oh, neither one of you knew this? Only after you got literally in the home and married, because a lot of people shack up. The only when you got married and in the home and a baby was there did you realize he wanted you to work and take care of the house. Only then. All right. But I do remember something that Megan Kelly brought up that I do want to address directly. She's asking why men would find it unattractive to marry a Megan Kelly. Alrighty. This is a bit of a two for one. Because you have Megan Kelly, you have Tommy Lauren, and you have Kendra G. 3 women who regularly talk mad shit about men. Men aren't what they used to be. Men aren't this. These bitch ass men. Men are losers. Men are this. Men. But yet, there are literally 3 women who aren't, quote unquote, real women. Tommy, you want to talk about what men used to do and used to, want to talk about what men used to do and what men are supposed to be for society and whatnot. Okay, Andrew Wilson got checked because he literally asked Tommy Lauren something I would ask all 3 of the ladies I mentioned, which is, okay, so what are your duties then? They couldn't ask him. Tommy Lauren got married at 30. Back when, the real men were real men, y'all got married in your early 20s and had kids. What happened? Would you like us to force y'all to start having those babies get married in your early years? Megyn Kelly, somebody looked it up. I didn't realize somebody else looked it up. All 3 of her children were from IVF because she waited too long. You call that a real woman? Her uterus don't even work. How the fuck is that a real woman? Kendra G is the worst of them all. Had an abortion, turned down a marriage, regularly puts her titties on the internet, 5 me too, has a horrible attitude when something doesn't go her way, and has said on many occasions she's perfectly fine if she never gets married and has anybody, jack off on those frozen eggs. Which, by the way, you killed one baby and froze others, and you get to talk shit about men. That is what's starting to piss a lot of dudes off. It's like, wait a minute. If I ain't handy, I ain't a man. Something as simple as changing a tire or something as complicated as drywalling, I ain't a man. If I'm not, I pay for everything. Even if she ain't my friend. If I'm at a bar and it's a bunch of bitches over here, I pick up the tab. I ain't a man. If I don't see a random chick, I don't know, carrying a bunch of bags, doing her job, lifting something, whatever the case, it's a million reasons why I'm not a man. Not a real one anyway. But y'all hoes get to kill babies, freeze the other ones, literally get to 50 and go, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck all eggs. Have no modesty. Say fuck marriage. That means fuck order, fuck structure, fuck all of that. But you be damned if a dude say, hey, look, yeah, you got to go to work too. Oh, the men. Yeah, we don't have one bank account because your money gonna count too. Oh, what happened to the men? Really? I'm sick of it. Stop talking all this shit while literally being the exact type of product from the same shit we're from. This ain't what men did. This is what the prior generations did. They set the society up for you. They set it up for me. They said women will work. Not us, not men. Not men of today. Prior generations. They said you will work. You will. Like the chick said, a woman should always have her own money. That's one of the concepts that went into place. So, congrats. You're not beholden to men, but men aren't beholden to you. You don't owe us shit. We don't owe y'all shit. We can negotiate. But as far as you automatically just get what the fuck you want, not anymore. Not anymore. Be right, not positive. I'm out.